first of all, congrats on the movie. I had a blast. Do you think that the characters in this movie have seen the Jurassic Park films? Because I don't know if they actually have learned from any of those kind of movies.
I think, yeah, they've probably seen them, but maybe they're just too naive. Nathan, my character, somehow thinks that, well, first of all, like getting Kong off of Skull Island is something they have to do because he is in a biodome, and that he can't sustain him for much longer. So they're kind of desperate to get him off of Skull Island, and then it's a tough challenge because again, Godzilla is wreaking havoc out there. So where are they going to take him? And the idea is to, well, Hollow Earth. There's a theory that Kong's ancestors originated from there. So and they believe that they found a path through the Pacific that is not in Godzilla's territorial waters. So perhaps slightly naively, they believe that, well, if we have a window now where we can transport Kong down to Antarctica without Godzilla noticing it.
Completely. I'm gonna ask you. This is a fun question, so bear with me. So every time we write about Godzilla versus Kong on Collider, what happens is that all the commenters leave the same thing, which is, why don't they just kiss? So I'm just curious if director Adam Wingard ever told you, why don't Godzilla and Kong kiss?
I think the way to tell that story, you want that kiss to mean something, and in order to do that, as you know, when you tell a story, there's got to be like a way into it. And there's no better build up than an acrimonious relationship when they're fighting and it's tough, and they, because then it's so much more of an explosion when they finally do kiss. You're like, it's happening. They've been fighting and trying to kill each other, and now it's that finally happening. So in any love story, in any that's what you want. You want to see that, like the kind of the friction and the tension, and then so what I'm trying to say is basically, I think that this is like a 2-hour buildup of them fighting, going at it, and then the sequel is just going to be lovemaking.
The great answer.
Then you've earned it. You've earned it.
Earn it. I completely agree. I can only imagine for you, when you're making a movie like this, it really requires your imagination, and it must be really crazy to see the finished film where you're seeing the finished VFX and getting to watch them fight. What was it like for you actually seeing the finished movie and watching them fight?
It's almost like you're not in the movie because, like you said, even though we have storyboards and pre-visualizations that we looked at before shooting those scenes to have an idea of what we're reacting to, it looks completely different a year later when they've done all, added all the special effects and the mixing and the editing and the sound, and it is like I said, you basically forget that you're in the movie. So when I watched it, I watched it like a member of the audience, basically, because it obviously looks completely different from on the day when we shot it, when we're standing there on a green screen with a tennis ball in front of us.
Completely. I got to go. I'm just going to say I'm really looking forward to The Northman.
Oh, appreciate it, man. It was an extraordinary experience. So I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I cannot wait to talk to you about it. On that note,
I'll see you later this year. Hopefully, we'll talk about The Northman.